take these people on, fight them, and beat them. I've been doing it my whole life. For 20 years, I did it in courtrooms. I'd take them on, and I'd beat them. And I'd take them on, and I'd beat them. And I'd take them on, and I'd beat them. It is exactly what I'm going to do as President of the United States. And the other thing that I want to see us, the Democratic Party, do is I want to make it clear to America that we are not the party of Washington insiders. We are the party of the people. And the way to demonstrate that clearly is to do what I've done my entire time in public life. For our party and our presidential candidates to say from this day forward, we will never take another dime from Washington lobbyists. We're done with that. We're ending their game. Those people have rigged this system and this government against you and against the American people. And change will not happen unless and until we take them on. Ultimately, the answer is to publicly finance all of our political campaigns in America, to take all the power away from these people. But we can take action right now, and not just me, and not just the other Democratic presidential candidates, but the entire Democratic Party ought to make clear that we are not going to be with these people anymore. We're going to stand up to them. We're going to do what's right for America. My campaign is a campaign for change. And there is so much change that's desperately needed in this country. One of the areas where we most need change is a completely dysfunctional healthcare system in America. Our healthcare system does not work. We have 45,000 people in America who have no health care coverage. 45 million people who have no health care coverage. I wish it were 45,000. 45 million who have no health care coverage. We have millions more who, even though they're covered, they're worried about losing it. Health insurance costs are up over 100% just over the course of the last 6 years alone. We must have universal health care in America. Here's what I think we should do. I think we should mandate coverage for every man and woman in this country. I am proud of the fact that I am the first candidate, Democratic or Republican, to come out with a truly universal health care plan. My plan requires everyone to be covered, covers the cracks in the health care system, which means no more pre-existing condition, outlawed as a matter of law. It means mental health parity, mental health treated the same way as physical health, chronic care, preventive care, long-term care, dental care, vision care. I've done this a time or two. All covered, all covered. Not only that, we bring down the cost in the healthcare system by $120 to $130 billion a year by taking on drug companies, taking on insurance companies. You can choose whether you want a private plan or a government plan, which is basically Medicare Plus. And you can take your health care with you wherever you go. If you get laid off, if you change jobs, if you move to another place in America, your health care goes with you. My plan, some people will say to you, we can do universal health care and it doesn't cost anything. I don't believe it. My plan costs $90 to $120 billion a year, paid for by getting rid of Bush's tax cuts for those who make over $200,000 a year. But I want to make one more point about health care. That is, the Congress has now passed, the Senate and the House, an expansion of the S-CHIP program, basically the Children's Health Insurance Program. We have 9 million children in America who have no health care coverage. This proposal, passed now by the Congress, would cover 51,000 children in Iowa who have no health care coverage. The president, and then along comes President Bush, who's saying he's going to veto it. He says he has a philosophical problem with children having health care coverage. Now here's the real problem. The real problem George Bush has, drug companies, insurance company lobbyists. Listen, we need the Congress to stand its ground. We need the Congress to be strong. The children of America need the Congress to be strong. If this president overrides children having health care in America, this president vetoes children having health care in America, the United States Congress should be strong and firm and override that veto and make sure that children in this country get the health care that they need. We have to have a president that'll stand up for America and against these entrenched interests. Look at what's happened just with farmers here in the state of Iowa. In 1978, there were 60,000 family hog farms in Iowa. Today, it's about 8,700, 8,900. Why? Because now they're being run by these big corporations. These big multinational corporations are running farms here in the state of Iowa. These people have destroyed the environment. They are taking the power away from family farmers, people who are the heart and soul of the economy of Iowa. And in the process, they're making the families' lives in rural Iowa so much more difficult. We need a president that will stand up for rural Iowa, a president who will stand up for family farmers and will stand up against these big corporate farming operations who are destroying the environment and destroying family farmers here in the state of Iowa, who have always been such an important part of the economy here. And the last thing I want to say, and then I want to take a few questions. I'm limited to 20 minutes, so I want to make sure I leave some time for questions. The last thing I want to say to you is if we want to change this country, I wish the President of the United States could do this alone. I cannot do it alone. The truth is, if we want big change, we need you. Your country needs you. The great movements in American history did not start in the Oval Office. I grew up with the Civil Rights Movement. I know where it started. It started in towns and communities, on college campuses, where young people with passion and energy spoke out for what was right. They stood up for what was right. They marched for what was right. They changed this country. Same thing happened in ending the long and bloody war in Vietnam. I can feel the same thing happening today on this mess of a war in Iraq, which needs to be brought to an end. Well, what I want to say to all of you is we need you. Your country needs you. And I know you're not supposed to say this, presidential candidates aren't supposed to say this, but we need to be willing to sacrifice. We do. We need to take responsibility not just for yourselves, but for your country. How much do you love America? What are you willing to do? We will never get off our addiction to oil unless and until we are willing to sacrifice. We're willing to conserve, to drive more fuel-efficient vehicles, conserve in our homes, conserve in our workplaces. We remember the famous John Kennedy inauguration speech. Ask not what your country can do for you. We are at that place again. We need you. To paraphrase Gandhi, you have to be the change that you believe in. Because I am completely convinced that while I cannot do this alone, that there is nothing we can't do together. There is nothing. The possibilities in America are completely limitless. Universal health care, attacking global warming, narrowing the gap. We're becoming a country of just rich people and everybody else. We need to create real opportunity for everyone in this country. And we need to do more than end this war in Iraq. We also need to make America a force for good in the world again. A country that's worthy of leadership. A country that meets its responsibility to humanity. Standing up to, I know because I've been in the third world in Africa and done work, clean drinking water, sanitation would make such a huge difference. Helping educate 100 million children in the world who have no education. The first day I'm President of the United States, I will close Guantanamo, which is a national embarrassment. We need to make it clear who we really are and what we really stand for. But we need you. Your country needs you. We need you in this movement of change. We need you in this movement to change America. Because I'm telling you, with you, they cannot stop us. I don't care about the lobbyists, the drug companies, insurance companies, oil companies. They do not matter. Because your power, the power of the American people, is overwhelming. And we will win, and we will create an America that all of us are proud of, and America will be a place that the rest of the world looks up to and says, America, that's who we want to be like. God bless you all, and thank you for being here.